Bitcoin hit an all-time high of 126,000 and then rolled down to some scary levels. Is this the start of the bear market, or are we going to see a lot higher? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, Joel with Crypto Code here. Hope you guys are all doing well. I want to give you guys another crypto update here on Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Ethereum, and we're also going to talk about risk management. So thanks for checking out this video today. I actually want to talk about the risk management right now before I get into the charts. So if you have not been paying attention, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of 100, and let me show you this chart here, of 126,000, 199, or around that area. It'll be a little different on different exchanges. And then we quickly had a liquidity deleveraging event this Friday. Friday afternoon, we had a deleveraging event. Now, a lot of people think, oh, it's because Trump tweeted, oh, it's because of a tweet. No, guys. Listen, this is what happens in bull markets. This happens in crypto. We have these deleveraging events that happen about every year and a half or so. There's no rhyme or reason when they're actually going to happen. But the data's here in the charts here. You can see that we have been on this incredible run up here, right here, back from April when we had our last kind of crash here, all the way up to new highs at 122. And what happens is it starts to build up, you start to get bearish divergences, and you're going to get drops like this. This is just what Bitcoin does. What suffered the most were altcoins. Altcoins got hammered, and in just a matter of 10 minutes, we had a huge move, and they call this a deleveraging event. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that big of a deal for Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at the price here, Bitcoin went all the way down to about 102,000 and then quickly shot back up to 112,000. But it was all in a matter of about 10 minutes. And if you looked at the altcoins, many altcoins went down 50%, 70%, even 80%. Now, I'm not going to go explain what happens, but most people that were hurt were people that were trading on futures exchange who were using high amounts of leverage or even lower amounts of leverage, but basically had their accounts, many of them wiped out, or at least if they were, especially if they were using, if they were using cross margin, which basically opens up your whole account. They were not using isolated margin, and they were also trading with too much of their accounts. So here's what happens in crypto. These deleveraging events happen, and you need to protect yourselves. So I'm going to come back and talk to Bitcoin, but I want to talk about risk management. So I posted this in our forum to our members today. By the way, I want everyone to know something, that everyone is focusing on people that had trades wiped out in crypto, but they're not focusing on the trades that people made a lot of profit. And here at the Crypto Code, we had a lot of people make some really nice profits on shorts. I made some really nice profits. Other members made some nice profits. So the one thing that nobody's talking about is, remember, you can make money in either direction, and that's called shorting the market. Now, we'll cover that for another video if you don't know what shorting is. But I want to point this out to you guys and just kind of show you a few highlights. I won't read through the whole thing, but I really want everyone to understand about a couple things about when you're trading in crypto. When you're trading long, that means when you're trading when you're buying a coin or a token and you're hoping the price is going to go up and eventually you're going to sell it and you make a profit. That's called spot trading, all right? So when you take long positions, it's highly recommended that you use spot trading, especially when you're a beginner, so that you can learn how to spot trade, how to make money when the price goes up. So you have zero liquidation risk when you do spot trading, but you only make money when the price goes up. So you need to buy low and sell high and take profits on the way up. Now, you can also short the markets, and shorting the markets is you're making money when the price goes down. So many of us here at the Crypto Code made a lot of profits when the price went down because we were shorting. And you can short with 1x leverage, basically meaning no leverage. So you get the advantages of being able to short the markets without the risk. Now, your fees are a little higher. Your what are called funding fees. Your funding fees will be a little bit higher than normal, but you can short with zero risk with 1x leverage. All right. So I will talk about leverage here in just a moment, but I do want to make something really clear. When you're trading in crypto, never put more than 10% of your portfolio into leverage trades. And anything that you do 2x and above, only 10% of your portfolio. The rest of your portfolio needs to be either in cash or in trades where you're in spot markets. Only 10% where you can have it in with leverage. Now, I will say on one exception that I would say that 10% would be if you're going to trade altcoins. Bitcoin is the one exception. You can still trade Bitcoin with 2, 3, 4, even 5x leverage and still come through just fine on a deleveraging event. My trades were just fine. I had no problem with any of my Bitcoin trades that I had there. And I did have 2 little small trades on some altcoin trades that got wiped out. Lost a few $1,000. But because I practice proper risk management, I had no issues. It's when people take their whole portfolio and put it into the markets where they have issues. So 10% of your portfolio, if you're going to do leverage with altcoins, that's your risky money. Keep it low leverage and make sure that you're using isolated margin. I actually really like leverage. I use leverage. I've made thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars with leverage over the years. I just know how to manage my risk, and we teach our students how to manage this. So remember, always use isolated margin. There are benefits for using cross margin, but once a deleveraging event hits, there's no benefit if your account goes to zero. Again, trading Bitcoin with lower leverage is a lot safer. 1x, which is no leverage, up to 5x leverage is a lot safer, especially if you have a deleveraging event. Like I said, they happen about every year and a half. I was looking, I think it was March 2024 when we had the last one. And then here we are in October 10th was the next one. And then they can come more frequent as we get higher into the as we are into the levels here. But the other thing that you need to understand is each of your trades should be no more than 2 to 3% of your entire trading account. Some people do 1% to 2%. You get to choose that kind of that 1 to 3%, and that would include your entire trade, so you don't blow up your whole account. And you never want to deploy all your capital at the same time anyway. So guys, just a little quick note on that. Risk management is super important in trading. But with that said, there were a lot of money made in shorting the markets as well. And if you can learn how to short the markets properly after you learn how to make money with spot, you can do quite well. So by the way, if you're interested, before I continue on, you can go down to the description of this video. You can attend a workshop and we'll teach you how we do our trading. We'll teach you how we do our bots, and we'll teach you all what we do in the crypto code. And by the way, if you attend that workshop, take a short quiz at the end, we actually pay $10 in Bitcoin. In fact, I just paid out Bitcoin today to these people here. Hold on, let me get to it right there. I paid out to Jake, Brian, William, Shay, Todd, Andrew, Jack, Calvin, Brian, Tim, and Betty. You guys got your $10 in Bitcoin today. I send that out every single week. Just you can attend one of our workshops, learn about what we do, take a short quiz at the end. We'll send you $10 in Bitcoin. Alrighty, let's go ahead and cover a little bit about Bitcoin and show you a few charts. And I think we'll look at Ethereum as well. And then if you guys have some altcoin requests that you want me to look at, let me know. Now, in my last video, I talked about this chart right here. This is our customary chart that we use at the Crypto Code to kind of gauge where we are in the markets. And you could see that we had just hit where this indicator was the all-time high. Now, that doesn't mean it's the permanent all-time high. What this indicator will do is it will pick the potential all-time high and it'll calculate the days. So the last all-time high was calculated at 1,424 days. This is 1,453 days, so about 20 plus days from that, where it was pretty much spot on. So if this ends up being the high of Bitcoin, this will stay on here, well, forever actually, before we go down and hit a low like this. It was 1,437 days to the low right there. And then you can kind of see here, 1,475 days to the top there, 1,476 days to the bottom there. It's not perfect, guys. It's not going to be perfect like this every time. And I don't anticipate it being like this. It's possible it could change. So this is important to understand. Nobody knows where the Bitcoin top's going to be until in hindsight. People will always say, oh, it was pretty obvious. I should have sold then. I should have taken some profit here. Let me just say this. My last video, I said, this is a good time to take some chips off the table. This is a good time that if you have been accumulating, like many of our mastermind members who are buying Bitcoin back in these 15,000 ranges in here, buying in here, buying in these areas here, and if you're up substantially for some profit, it is a good idea to take some chips off the table, at least take your initial out, if not more. Because this could be the top, guys. This could be the top. There's nothing to say that we have to hit to this parabolic run where we get into this sell zone, get into the sell zone, get into the sell zone, the extreme sell zone. We have a lot of different economic factors in play right here, but it is possible. It is possible. There is some probability that we do shoot up a little higher, go ahead and hit 135 up to 150. Although I think right now we're about 50-50. And this is just from me looking at charts, looking at the economic data. I'm not going to predict to say it's going to go one way or the other, but I think we are probably leaning a little bit more to downward price action right now before we go up. And so be prepared, guys. I do think that it's, crypto doesn't go straight up. We go in waves. So I can see here on our 1-day chart here that we have already started to print this potential trend change right here. And we're showing some weakness in the charts here. So it's very likely that we may go down here and test this wick. This is the problem. If we go and fill this right here and we continue down and test here at about 107, if we break down below it, then that's the sign they're probably going to go even lower here. And we could even go sub 100, even into maybe even low 90s. And then we'll just have to kind of evaluate it from there and see where we bounce it from there. Remember, crypto moves in waves, guys. So this potentially could be the top here. Otherwise, if we bounce off this line here, if we bounce off of 107 and start heading back up and head up, then we probably will hit some new highs later this year. So yeah, we don't know. But what we do here at the Crypto Code is we just play level to level. We take trades, whether we're going short or long, and we profit either direction. So you want to make sure you lock in your profits on the way up. All right, let's go take a look at Ethereum really quick. And we'll get a good look at Ethereum. We'll just kind of get an idea here where we're at on Ethereum. Actually, let me bring it up on this chart here with Ethereum. Let's kind of bring it up to see where we are on our levels right here. So as you can see with Ethereum, we showed this in the last video that we had already gone into the sell zone right here. This is a great place to start taking some profits, about 4,800. And, close to, we got the, just about 5,000, 4,956 on this particular exchange here. And then we started heading down low here. So it's very, very possible that we could come back up. It's going to really kind of depend what we see on Bitcoin. But we could roll over. That could have been the top for Ethereum. There are a lot of people think that we are going to get up to 69,000, maybe even 7,000. So we'll have to see, guys. Again, kind of play it level to level. But I will say this, if Ethereum does run up, then we probably will see many altcoins start to run up quite significantly as well. But if we roll over, we'll see the same thing again. Again, guys, here, my favorite way of trading is, we call them two-way profit trades. We profit when markets go up or down. So we usually set a trade in one direction, trade in the other direction, and we play it both directions. So like I said, I don't necessarily care. I've already taken quite a few profits here on my Ethereum, and actually quite a few profits here on my Bitcoin as well, and even a few altcoins. If it runs up higher, no problem. Wait for a pullback and re-entry. All right, so that's Ethereum. Let's go take a look on the daily chart here on Ethereum so you guys can see it on this chart as well. So you can see that we're kind of going through this this wedge. We're kind of probably going to bounce up through here, and we'll probably come to this area here unless we come up here decisively and break out here. So we'd have to really break out through here pretty soon here, probably on this next visit here, or else we're probably heading down here. We'll probably break down here. So it's a good chance that Ethereum will be going down as well. Guys, I'm not a bull. I'm not a bear. I'm not one that says Bitcoin's going to go up forever. Bitcoin's not going to go down forever. But there's a lot of signs that show right now that we could be having a period where we roll over and before we roll back up, if we roll back up. So let's just look at it that way. But again, you can profit either direction, no matter if the markets are up or down. Let's take a minute and take a look through our private member forums. This is anyone that joins the Crypto Code, you have access to a private member forum here. And I want to give you guys an idea to show you some of our success stories, some of our recent success stories. So here's a sole 13% win. I believe this is Keenan. He has a lot of wins that he posts. Congratulations, Keenan, his 13% win. Congratulations. And here is Uniswap. Who's this here? This is David. Congratulations to David with a 10% win on Uniswap. 104th win on XRP. Congratulations. Your 104th win here in the Crypto Code. 12.92% win as the market crashed. I haven't looked at this one yet. Congratulations on a nice short. Woohoo! Crescenda. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. $141. Congratulations. GOAT, 25%, 3x long potential trade alert there. On GOAT, 25%. Congratulations there, Paul. So guys, we have lots of people that, like I said, we're profiting in up markets and down markets. If you're curious of the way we do our trades inside the Crypto Code, we will give you a trade and we will show you two directions. I'll give you an example on this XRP trade here. Here, let me go into one of these trades here. So we'll just basically show you and the reasons that, like for example, this is an XRP trade and it's aggressive scalp to swing, and we'll kind of give you the levels. So this would be the entry zone for a bullish wick case, and then this would be the entry zone for a bearish case. And so one of the trades will usually activate and the other one will not activate, but sometimes they both activate at the same time or like at different times. And that's how you get to play both of the markets. And so you get to be able to look at both these trades and take them. We'll also have the take profit at very specific levels, and you can use optional stop losses, or you can dollar cost average into those. And then we, like I said, the team will update these on a consistent basis. So we have these trades coming out every single day, and you can actually go to trade.thecryptocode.com and you can see our trade win. We are currently at a 93.50% win rate for our premium trade alerts, and we started these in 2023. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the Crypto Code, head on over to the description of this video. Like I said, go attend one of our workshops. You can see what we do, and attend it at the end. Take a short quiz, and we'll send you $10 in Bitcoin. This is Joel with the Crypto Code. If you guys have any altcoins or anything that you want me to look at, let me know in the comments below. For this video, hit the like button, do all that fancy YouTube stuff. I have a team, and we create our YouTube videos, and we do a lot of research. We produce those videos. I hope you guys really like them because there's a lot of time put into those. And then I will make these videos from time to time, throw them up here on the channel. But I'm happy to take requests. If you guys want to see different altcoins, if you want me to look at something, I'm going to tell you kind of like what I see in the charts, but I'm also going to, kind of share you and just kind of give you my honest opinion. Opinions don't matter, guys. It's really the data in the charts. So it doesn't matter if I think Bitcoin's going to go up, Bitcoin's going to crash. People always just say, what do you think? I said, it doesn't matter what I think. It's just the data in the charts. All right, guys, this is Joel with the Crypto Code. As always, take massive action in your life and anything you do. We'll see you in another video, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching the Crypto Code. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more crypto insights. Let me know your thoughts on today's video in the comments below. You can also check out what we do here at the Crypto Code by registering for one of our free workshops where we show you how we and our students profit in crypto, no matter if the markets are up or down. Attend our free workshop, take a short quiz at the end, and we will send you $10 in Bitcoin. No purchase needed. We have already given away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin just this year alone. Just look for the link in the description of this video to register for the workshop. It will be worth your time. Our public trade record currently has a 90% win rate, and you can view it here. Best of luck with your investments, and remember to stay informed and stay safe in the crypto world. See you next time.